Slime. What up, y'all? We back at it. We here tonight. We gonna do a few reactions. I got one in particular that I'm gonna take a look at. I was searching through the internet, just trying to find something to watch, looking on YouTube, trying to find something, interesting to look at. And, I'm a big follower of the gentleman Kevin Samuels and other content creators like himself within the what's called the manosphere or the red pill sector, the self-improvement, high value male, alpha male, all that stuff, which is, it's pretty educational, very interesting stuff. I take a lot with a grain of salt. I try not to be indoctrinated by these things that I watch, but I do take a lot of gems away from the content that I watch, specifically from the gentleman Kevin Samuels. So I was looking up content from him and stumbled across a video titled called Kevin Samuels Exposed. Now, it's from this gentleman here by the name of Saint the Sinner. Saint the Sinner, y'all. This is him. His channel, he got 58.7K. That's a pretty good channel. It's a pretty, that's pretty big. That's big numbers, you know what I'm saying? This video is from a while ago. You see, August 2020. So I don't know, it got a lot of views. I see, I'm gonna check it out. It's interesting because, I've never seen anything as far as an expose on this gentleman, Kevin Samuels. So I'm gonna check it out, see what it's all about. Maybe it's interesting. Here we go.
The young man reached out to me and said, Marquette, I get such good business advice from you and Kevin Samuels. I'd love to see you two do a collaboration video. Turns out he's not even a businessman. How in the hell you giving people business advice and you haven't started one business? So now I got to roast.
All right, I gotta start off with saying, when he said business advice, doesn't specifically mean commerce or financial advice. I watch a lot of Kevin Samuels content. Now, he's an image consultant for a lot of businessmen, and he gives a lot of image consulting tips that will help businessmen in their business. That's pretty much what I take away from his content when he explains what he does and who he is. Yeah, let's see what's.
And why is that? Because I'm a hater? No, on the contrary. I got to roast them because if young men are coming to you with their dreams and they're asking you how to become an entrepreneur and you're feeding them lies, oh, to me, that's a problem. And by the way, just a quick side note. For all of you nerds on the internet who are watching this right now, like, oh man, he hating, that nigga hating right now. You guys call yourselves alpha.
I wonder, what? I'm not going to lie. When I be reading dudes' comments on the videos and stuff, I read them in that same exact voice. So I ain't even mad at that. I ain't even mad at that right there.
Alpha males, but as soon as you see the big dog have to slap a few pups, then you get sensitive. Oh, you a beta male. You a simp. Look here, youngin. Okay. Let's just call me the apex predator. And you know what my favorite thing to hunt is? My favorite thing to hunt are fake alpha males. Like,
yo, talk your talk. Talk your talk, son. Talk your talk. What else?
Kevin Samuels. People who are poisoning the youth and misguiding them. First and foremost.
Okay, what do you mean?
If you're a businessman, you should have started some businesses. We should be able to read about your companies in the media. So check it out. Put in, quote, Kevin Samuels, end quote. And then use Google to search for news. There literally are only 2 news articles on this man from media. He is a fraud. No businessman can do business and only have 2 news articles on them.
Hold on, man. Come on, man. Come on, dogs. Really? So you're not a businessman unless someone can Google you. And I mean, he is a very popular public figure, but he's actually just started exploding on the scene sometime around that viral video, the average at best viral video that he dropped. I think it was somewhere either before or during or after the holidays. It was sometime around the end of last year, 2020. I want to say one thing. YouTube is a business. YouTube is a business. It's actually one of the largest businesses that are active right now. You know, it's larger than Google. It's larger than Apple. You understand? So this is a huge business platform that he actually has a huge channel network on. So that's one thing you got to consider. But I guess what he means is a corporation of some sort, e-commerce, not e-commerce, but commerce, things of that nature, probably, you know, investments, things of that. You know, it's a little, he's being a little selective here, but let's see what else he got to say.
That's ridiculous. This year has been mostly ruined by COVID-19, and I got 2 business articles on me. Why? Because I'm actually a businessman. This man is out there impersonating other people's identity. He is an image consultant, which makes perfect sense because he's all image, smoke and mirrors, all appearance, no substance. Now, why is that important? Because in the age of the internet, people can pretend to be all kinds of things while being nothing. And that's fine.
Yo, I saw this picture in a meme talking about y'all taking relationship advice from a dude that dressed like this. Yo, for what it's worth, I think what he got on is pretty fly right here. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? He got the Louis Vuitton fanny pack across the shoulder. I don't know what kind of scarf this is because I ain't a rich dude like these dudes out here. It's probably something that's expensive. You know what I mean? He got, nice jeans, belt. I think that's Hermes. Y'all let me know. I'm probably wrong because, again, I'm not a dude that buys designer. I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I mean? But building on what he's just said, though, you know what I mean? He's right. He's definitely right. You know, there's as much as I love the content that Mr. KS, Kevin Samuels, drops, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that do follow him as well, and other, content creators that are on YouTube, and they tend to, they get a little crazy in it. You know what I mean? That's the worshiping the pastor complex type stuff that people got. You know, they go to church for the pastor instead of going to church for the word. You understand what I'm saying? I hate to get on, some Bible thumping stuff, but that's pretty much what it is. And it works for all preachers. There's preachers of religion, but there's also preachers of knowledge, and you got to be careful with that because a lot of people, it is all just smoke and mirrors. You got to take everything with a grain of salt. You got to watch things and just take the information for what it is, the information, but don't be idolizing people, especially on the internet, because yes, a lot of the people on the internet are frauds. I mean, I don't know none of these gentlemen personally, you know what I mean? Even this gentleman himself. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
And I would let him go on with his lies, except for the fact that there are young men who are in ghettos. There are young men who are in poverty who want to be something great, and they're looking at this fraud thinking that he can show them the way and show them the light when really he is misguiding them because
Now, I do want to say, he says he's not hating. You know what I mean? He says he's not hating, but his tone, you're calling him names. You're calling the man out of his name, like fraud. Now, when you call someone a fraud, you're insisting that they're not who they say that they are. Now, I don't recall the gentleman saying that he was a business advisor, a financial advisor. He gives business tips as far as image, how you should present yourself when conducting business. And that's, that kind of knowledge is important. Now, I don't know, he doesn't say that he's an alpha male. He's not like AMS, out here saying he's an alpha male and, dick these hoes down and toss them to the curb, like alpha male teaches. But, I want to know what makes him a fraud. So hopefully he gets into that.
He is misguided, and he who is misguided can only misguide. This dude is such a fraud that when you Google his name and you click the news filter, it's from Oklahoma. No disrespect to anybody, but who in the fuck cares about Oklahoma? Anybody could get in the news on Oklahoma. Why? Because it's Oklahoma. Is he in the news for being a business owner, being a CEO? No. He's in the news for being a fashion consultant, for being a personal shopper. You know, a grown-ass man would never be a personal shopper. My OG Jewish guy named Rick, his wife, who's a 25-year-old Colombian chick, she's a personal shopper. Why? Because that's something that rich guys let their wives do so they can pretend they have a job. Being a personal shopper is not a goddamn job. And further, how is he a life coach or a lifestyle coach if he's teaching you that what you're wearing matters so much? It doesn't. That's how you know he's a phony. He's concerned with the image, the exterior, not the reality. Because his reality is filled with falsehood.
It's better filled with falsehood. Filled with damn son. Yo, hold up. I almost got whipped there. I almost messed my mind. I almost got whiplash doing that, yo. Yo, what's good with this dude? Anyway, image is very important, y'all. Image is very important. Image is very important. Image is very important. You know what I'm saying? It's not everything. It's not the end all be all, but image is very important. For instance, like what you don't understand is the first contact that you make with people is visual. Before anything comes out of their mouth, you see them visually. And seeing them visual is another form of communication to your brain. It's another stimulant to your brain. So when you see something visually, you analyze it. You analyze what you're seeing. You understand what I'm saying? You analyze what's being presented to you before any substance comes from it, before any substance that's beneath the surface comes out. You understand? So you're making a judgment prior to the person actually opening their mouth. So when you see someone walking up to you, you're at an ATM and you see someone turn the corner with a hoodie on, dressed in all black, walking your direction while you're pulling money out the ATM, you might be a little alarmed. You might be a little alarmed about that, right? There was no communication done. There's no substance. It's all surface level. But you will make a judgment at that moment that you may be in danger. And you might be, it might be some Annie Up MOP style shit about to go down. You know what I'm saying? Just something you got to think about. Image is very important.
How do we know? Take a look at his LinkedIn profile. Here's the kicker. He hasn't even had a proper job. Look on his LinkedIn. 2 of the companies don't even have profile photos because they're fake companies. Furthermore, trip on this. At the companies he did work at. You know
what's crazy? The ironic thing about it is because one of the things that Kevin Samuels says that qualifies you to be a high-valued male is that it has to be shown at a LinkedIn level. So it's funny, it's ironic that this man went to this man's actual LinkedIn in this attempt to expose him. So that's cool.
It's Yellow Pages, and if you're old enough, you know the Yellow Pages used to be a big thick ass book, a directory where people would look up phone numbers and look up information for businesses before the internet came out, right? It's an old company. I'm shocked it's still alive. You could tell he's an old nigga. And when he worked for the company, he didn't even have a high ranking position. He didn't even do much in sales. So where does he get off giving business advice to young people? Hurts my heart.
So one of the things I disagree with Kevin Samuels is the whole LinkedIn level thing of that nature. Now, I guess because I'm a dude, average Joe, grew up in the hood, seeing people become successful people illegally, seeing people do things and become successful that you're not going to see, at a LinkedIn level. You understand what I'm saying? But I guess in Kevin Samuels' perspective, someone who's criminally involved can't be considered a high-value male because he's a criminal, which I understand. But, in that underworld, they can be considered a high-value male within that community and, the hood that they live in. So there's levels to it. But I guess ultimately, if you're looking at a corporate level of things, that LinkedIn profile is important. However, that LinkedIn profile that he's showing it's not the most impressive thing I can say. You know, if what he's saying is, you know, true. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, but Kevin Samuels considers himself a high value male, and I would consider him that too, because he is an entrepreneur. So his entrepreneurial endeavors are not going to be reflected on a LinkedIn level, because LinkedIn level is for people who have jobs, people who work for other people. That's pretty much what it boils down to. So, you know, that's why I think that particular part is kind of like, but I'd rather be an entrepreneur that's not on LinkedIn. I still would consider myself a high value male, making, you know, a killing a year, and I'm not, you know, it doesn't show on LinkedIn. That's just me.
All right, so if someone comes to me and they want to talk business, I can give them advice because I've actually run multiple companies in many industries. So that's my identity. Now, if someone came to me and asked me about something I don't know about, I would refer them to an expert in that industry or that field. So for example, if you came to me right now and you said, Marquette, I want to figure out how to be a fake motherfucker and lie to young men and make up shit and pretend to be things I'm not. I said, oh, you got to go to Kevin Samuels. He is an expert in that area, ladies and gentlemen. Well, how are you a fashion expert when you shop off the rack? Off the rack. My nigga in Macy's like getting stuff off the rack, but you're a fashion expert. If you're a fashion expert, you might have did what I did.
Yo, hold up, son. Don't talk about Macy's, son. I shop at Macy's, bro. And I get fly. You know what I mean? I probably ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't got businesses like y'all dudes. I ain't rich like y'all dudes appear to be. You know, but ain't nothing wrong with Macy's. Don't listen to this cat, man. Ain't nothing wrong with shopping at Macy's. Matter of fact, you gotta have bread to shop at Macy's. You feel me? You gotta have bread to shop at Macy's. I don't know what you're talking about, son.
Which is to fly to Dubai and meet with your clothier and walk into a fabric store and pick out a fabric such as this one and have a suit made from scratch, such as this one.
Cap, my nigga. The fuck out of here, man. What? What are you talking about, son? What are you talking about, son? Fly to Dubai and pick out fabrics and have a suit. First of all, yo, my man, I ain't gonna go there, son. But this shit whack. This shit whack, man. This suit whack. You understand me? And it's not because I'm a dude that rocks hoodies, you know, urban fashion, whatever you want to call it, streetwear, whatever you want to call it. Because I like suits. I rock suits. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on building my wardrobe of suits and, you know what I mean, all that fly stuff. You know what I mean? That suit's not fly. It looks tacky. It looks tacky, son. You understand me? And like right now, you're trying to stunt on the dude, which kind of, you know, contradicts what you said in the beginning of your video by saying you're not a hater. But what you're sounding like a hater, because what you're doing is throwing dirt on that dude's name, trying to discredit him in order to hype up yourself and give yourself credibility. It's almost as if you're mad that they're going to him for advice and not you. That's how you're coming across right now. And then you're doing all these things to pretty much throw dirt on his name and validate yourself in the process. That's hating, bro. That's hating.
That's when you really know fashion further. I have a bunch of different fashion products I've created. Women's wrap skirts, men's boxing shoes, men's velvet slippers, men's travel vests, men's shirts, all sorts of things. I'm a fashion expert because I've created products and services in the fashion industry. Kevin Samuels, he's like 70 years old and he's created all of 0 businesses in the fashion industry, yet he's a fashion expert. That's mind-boggling. How does that work out? You're gonna let someone...
So, I'm a fashion expert. I consider myself a fashion expert. I'm fly. I get fly. So I can give tips on how to get fly to people. You You know what I'm saying? There's analysts and commentators for the NBA that never played a lick of organized basketball, but they can analyze the game better than most dudes that played. So what are you talking about, son? Like, come on, yo. You're starting to lose me. You're losing me, man.
Someone on the internet say there's something and you're going to believe them just because they said it. I encourage you, do your research. But in this case, you don't have to because I've already done it for you. Let me tell you some more of Kevin Samuels' lies. Go to his website. Now, if you're a businessman, you should sell all kinds of products and services. I know I do. I clicked his website, and then we clicked products, right? If you're a businessman, you have products. Under products, there were no fucking products. What in the hell is this? I'm like, where are the products at? You a business guy.
He's a consultant.
You got a whole TV show on YouTube where you're giving business advice. This man is a fraud. Never trust anyone on YouTube whose primary job is as a YouTuber. Think about it. We went to his website, his words, and he wrote that he's a keynote speaker. So we went ahead and just went back to Google, which is a great reference point. Not everything's on Google, but a whole lot of things are on Google. We typed in Kevin Samuels' name, and then we went to images. All his goddamn photos are like fraudulent stage.
My nigga AMS. Dig these hoes down, toss them to the curb. That nigga be wildin'. But
staged photos of him posing where? In random stores. He's posing in random clothing stores, which you could do that, I could do that. He doesn't own the store. Did I see a single photo of him giving a speech? Not one. Did I see a single photo of him orating or of him accepting an award for all of these amazing things he's supposedly done?
All right, we done. We're done here, man. All right. This guy is obviously just trying to boost his own self up. Like, this guy is a narcissist. He's a narcissist. This guy is so full of himself. And he lost me completely to the point where it's like, I don't even want to watch any more of this. This is hate. This is hating, bro. This is hating. This is player hating at its finest, bro. Player hating. It's like, yo, look at him. He ain't shit. He ain't this. He ain't that. Look at me. Look what I got. You should be fucking with me. That's the shit. That's what I'm getting out of this right here. You know what I'm saying? And it seems more like you're laying on the topic of trying to discredit him as a businessman. That's a fail because he's an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is business. So, you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You lost me, son. I can't let this go on, man. You're a hater, bro. You're a hater, bro. Like, deal with it, bro. Saint, whatever your name, you know what I mean? Marquette. You're a hater, bro. You're a hater. And it's a shame because he's a brother just like you, man. Y'all both black. Y'all both successful people, successful black men that need to be putting out a positive image. I mean, Kevin Samuels is putting out a positive image. He's doing a positive thing. All you're doing is trying to discredit what he's doing, and for what? Just to make yourself look good. And this looks like the same corny ass suit that you're rocking right now in this video, and you wore it in this picture. I don't know. This looks like it. You like to rock a lot of corny suits, I see here. This shit, like, bro, stop it, bro. Stop it. But that's it, man. That's enough. We had enough of this video, man. Y'all check out my other videos. Y'all comment, like, subscribe. You know what I mean? Just show me that you fuck with me. Show some love, man. It's a new channel. We try and do it big, man. We try and, crank out these reactions. I got more on the way. Stay in tune. And peace. Love. One.